Hey folks, and welcome back to Glenn and Adrian's Rock Talk. That's Adrian.
And that's Glenn.
And today we return to Rush with a song off the Counterparts album from 1993. The song is Cold Fire. This is the penultimate song on the album. And frankly, I'm not sure that I've heard it. At least not very often. I know I've put on Counterparts before, but not many times. I was never really paying attention to the song titles going by. There are some great songs on this. We've looked at Animate, really liked that, and Stick It Out. I don't know if we've done that one, but I've heard that one before. Just listening to the album, it's always sounded pretty good to me. It kind of sounded like it came out of the same era as the grunge bands did, and I think it was influenced a little bit by that sound. So we're going to take a look at a version that they did in 1994 at Auburn Hills, which is one of those venues that they ended up going to a lot over the course of their career. Adrian, do you have any comments ahead before we take a look?
Not really. I don't know anything about the album.
Okay.
It's completely escaped my attention.
Oh yeah, it is considered one of their best albums from the 90s.
Oh, okay.
Now I liked the one before it too, which was Roll the Bones, but this one also gets a pretty high marks, I think, from the fans. So
I should listen to it then.
Yeah, I think so. Why don't we go ahead and check this out, and we'll talk about it after. Maybe we'll even look at the lyrics afterwards.
Thank you very much. Good evening. How you doing? I'd say Detroit, but are you from Detroit? Michigan. Michigan area, Auburn Hills. How you doing out there? Nice to be back in this part of Michigan once again to play for you guys. How you been, all right, since we've been here? We got any Canadians out there tonight? A few of you snuck through the border. Don't let anybody in these days. Well, we'd like to do for you a song right now that shows a new direction of our band. This is country and western music, as you know. Yes, we decided to change. It's a good old-fashioned country song called Cold Fire. Cold fire, cold fire, cold fire, cold fire. It was long after midnight when we got to unconditional love. Said, sure, my heart is boundless, but don't push my limits too far. I said, if love is so transcendent, I don't understand these boundaries. She said, just don't disappoint me. You know how complex women are. I'll be around if you don't let me. I'll be around if you don't let me down. It was just before sunrise when we started on traditional roads. She said, sure, I'll be your partner. Don't make too many demands. Said if love has these conditions, I don't understand those songs you love. She said, this is not a love song, this is fantasy land. Don't go too far for us and wait on a train.
Rush song about love.
Yeah.
It sure doesn't sound like a country song to me.
Well, I think this is a good time to take a look at the lyrics. Since he made that joke, now I want to make sure I know what the lyric sheet says, because there may be a tie in here. We'll see. It was long after midnight when we got to unconditional love. She said, sure, my heart is boundless, but don't push my limits too far. I think you're right that it is a love song. I said, if love is so transcendent, I don't understand these boundaries. She said, just don't disappoint me. You know how complex women are. I'll be around if you don't let me down too far. It was just before sunrise when we started on traditional roles. She said, oh, sure, I'll be your partner. Don't make too many demands, though. I said, if love has these conditions, I don't understand those songs you love. She said, this is not a love song. This isn't Fantasyland. I'll be around if you don't push me down too far. There's certainly something going on in this song, and I still haven't grasped it, so we're at the bottom here. Let me say, don't go too far. The phosphorescent wave on a tropical sea is a cold fire. Don't cross the line. The pattern of moonlight on the bedroom floor is a cold fire. Don't let me down. The flame at the heart of a pawnbroker's diamond is a cold fire. Don't break the spell. The look in your eyes as you head for the door is a cold fire. Love is blind. If you're gentle, love can turn to a long, cold burn. So it sounds to me like the extremes of love are explored here. That's my interpretation. A negotiation. And there's certainly a storytelling aspect to these lyrics. There is certainly a message here having to do with love and working on love, being cognizant of what other people want out of the relationship. See, I do know that he was trying to write a woman's dialogue in there somewhat. You could probably spend a lot of time debating what this song means. Other than that, I mean, I really loved Alex's guitar solo. I thought that was great. The song itself was definitely more storytelling, so they weren't being super outlandish in their playing through most of the song. You know, it was mostly a vehicle to get the story across. And I mean, they were doing Rush stuff, you know, adding little cool accents here and there and everything. But it wasn't one of those showcases. You know, this was no Via Strangiato, but it was, you know, a storytelling song.
It seemed very accessible for Rush's music.
Yeah, well, I think by this time they were kind of doing that, you know, with a lot of their music. So here's a few people that came up with ideas for what it means. Love is work. It's a careful balance between passion and mutual respect, which is basically what I said, and I think what you maybe were alluding to, Adrian.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Here's someone else saying, this is Neil's brilliant lyrics portraying a guy who expects more out of a relationship than the girl is, and he's complaining to his friends about it, probably while drinking beer in a garage on a Thursday night. It sounds like a relationship song, and there's negotiating going on, and we're not quite sure how it's going to end up yet. Caught Neil doing the stick flipping, you know, and waiting a while for the stick to come down at one point, which I thought was funny. It's like, seemed to be waiting almost forever, and then it finally came down, and he kept going. All right, folks, well, we've given you our interpretation of what this song probably means. Why don't you give us yours, if you have one, and if you have any history with this song, let us know. If you've been a fan of the Counterparts album, or if you saw that tour or anything like that, let us know below. If you have other suggestions, leave those below as well. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. And if you enjoyed the presentation, please subscribe. All right, thanks so much for joining us, and we'll catch you on the next one. All right, take care, folks.
See you all later.